So this is my part 2 review of Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is based off of the comic book event, Crisis on Infinite Earths. So if you aren't up to date on this, basically, it's a huge crossover. I think this is the 6th year in a row that the Arrowverse has crossed over, and they decided to do the Crisis on Infinite Earth storyline, which is based off the comic book event, but also completely different. So if you read the comic book event all those years ago, don't think that this is going to be exactly like that. They're taking the characters that they already have shows with to make this event happen. Sorry. And if you don't know what it is, basically the Monitor's evil counterpart, Anti-Monitor, is trying to wipe out the multiverse, and he is going through and destroying the Earths from different universes. I haven't looked much into this for why they decided to do it on Arrowverse, because I kind of took a little break from it when it got a bit too soap opera-y for me, which I know is what you should expect out of a CW show. But I saw that they were doing Crisis on Infinite Earths, and I was like, okay, you got me. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna watch this. And so far, I haven't been very disappointed. Also, I'm kind of wondering if they're doing this to kind of reboot their Arrowverse and have all their heroes on one Earth instead of, you know, oh, Earth 1, we got the Flash and the Arrow, and oh, on Earth 38, we have Supergirl. Wanting them to all be on one to make it a more cohesive kind of Arrowverse? I don't know, that's my guess. I could be, like, completely wrong, and maybe they came out with a statement explaining why they're doing this, but that's just my guess. Okay, so I did like part 1. I liked part 2 a little bit better, even though there were some hokey parts, but I also feel like it gave some fans really good closure for different iterations of characters. I mean, it was really cool to see Smallville's Lois and Clark and them just still together, super happy. And I guess this is spoilers, but if you're watching a review for this episode for part 2, I'm hoping you've seen it. But anyways, Clark ends up giving up his powers so he can live peacefully with Lois, and they end up having 2 daughters. And I kind of mirror what Lex, who was trying to go around killing all the Supermans. Boy, if you did not watch this episode, you're probably like, what? Are you crazy? Yeah, so a different Lex than the Lex from Smallville. Actually, the Lex from Smallville is president. And it's nice to see things working out for characters. I know why they didn't feature Chloe. Do you? Google her. Just Google her. And come back and tell me what you found in the comment section down below. It's nothing bad. I promise. So I don't know. I kind of mirror Lex's thing of why would you give up being a god, basically, though I do hilariously love Clark going, I do not miss these sort of conversations with a Lex, even though you're not mine. So I like that Lois and Clark of Smallville got a happily ever after, but at the same time, kind of sucks giving up your powers. Although, I feel like if you're one of those people that are of the philosophy, you know, like the writer of Dune, when he was alive, basically his message was superheroes cause more harm than good. So I think maybe if you follow that philosophy, if you follow that thought process, your idea is, well, by Superman no longer being there, we don't get these overly dramatic, crazy villains anymore. But at the same time, doesn't it feel like I can't do anything if things go majorly wrong? I don't know, that's just me. I feel like he had a responsibility and he was like, fuck it. I just want to have kids. I absolutely loved going to the Earth where we had an old, bitter Batman, which, by the way, was the voice actor of Batman in the animated series, in case my accent comes out a little bit every once in a while. I try to keep a very neutral American accent, but sometimes I slip, so don't judge me when you hear things a little off about me. I've worked very hard to talk with no accent. Because when you talk with an accent, people are mean. anyways, I love the old bitter Batman that had that sliding slope of you kill one person and then you kill another, and then it's super easy to keep doing it. And I don't know, I like the idea of this Batman that killed Superman, because that's happened before in some comic stories, and how he's just... Imagine using your dying breath to tell your cousin, there's no hope. You should just let everyone fucking die. That's hardcore. That's the Batman I love. Well, it's not, but it was still enjoyable, okay? If you aren't familiar with Crisis on Infinite Earths, the Paragon thing is actually something new where they need 7 paragons of total pure force of will or whatnot. I don't know if I agree with Batwoman being the paragon of courage, but they have to make it with characters that are part of the show. It's just... it's all part of marketing, so I guess I get it. Now, Brandon Routh as Superman again, talking about closure. This is kind of bad closure because you may be familiar, you may have watched, I think it was in 2006 or 2009. It was a long time ago. It's so long ago I feel uncomfortable. But anyways, Brandon Routh played Superman in Superman Returns, and we actually got to see how his life turned out. Guess what? Some asshole from Gotham didn't think he was getting reported on enough, so he went into the planet, Daily Planet, and just gassed everyone and killed Superman's Lois and Jimmy Olsen and Perry. They all dead. So, super happy ending for that Superman. Though I guess his son did survive, so that's something. I mean, good job, Jason. You weren't gassed to death. Hooray. The fight between Tyler Hudgens, I hope I'm saying his name right, and Brandon Routh's Superman was a bit cheesy. The CGI wasn't exactly there, and it looked really bad. I mean, it's always fun to see 2 Supermans go at it, obviously. Just watching them recklessly destroy buildings, all that property damage, god damn it, Superman. But it was. The CGI, the special effects was so bad during it. And then the fact that Brandon's Superman Returns, Superman was brought back by the power of love. I was like, Jesus Christ, did I not drink enough before watching this episode? Maybe it's just my dead cold heart. No, I didn't like that. Okay, here are some random fun moments. I love seeing Ray so excited that he figured out that Batman was Bruce Wayne. Mick, writing romance novels is about as good as it gets. It was nice to see Constantine and Hex again, and it was kind of weird because Supergirl's TV show's Lex kind of comes across as a sassy high school girl. Like, that's the vibes I get from him, and it's weird. Do a lot of people like this version of Lex Luthor? Because I don't. But maybe he has a huge fan base or something, and that's why they thought, oh, we'll bring him back from the dead because everybody loves this version of Lex. God, I hope not. Hey, did you notice how small Supergirl's Superman versus Superman Returns Superman they were? I mean, Tyler's kind of a small guy compared to Brandon, and it was a little weird to see. Also, his contacts to make his eyes really blue really freaked me out. They weren't the same blue as Superman Returns. They looked almost demonic. It wasn't okay. So anyways, those are my thoughts on part 2 of Crisis on Infinite Earths. If you aren't watching it, well, I just spoiled a lot for you. But you should go and watch it anyways, because it's actually really good. I think it's on again Tuesday at 8 p.m. with The Flash. Maybe The Arrow. I don't really know. Most of the time I have no idea what's going on. So you can like, subscribe, and I don't know, enjoy the rest of your day.